Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I was thinking about how many things I've purchased and hauled over the last year, and a lot of it has worked out really well for me, and some of it is still things that I really love. But I haven't shown you guys any of the products that didn't work out, things that are in the bad bin and just plain old fails for me. If any of the things that I mentioned are your favorites or things that you love, please let me know. I would love to hear. I'm glad it's working out for somebody, but these things just did not work out for me for one reason or another. Mainly, it just looked horrible. So if you guys are interested in seeing what's in my bad bin, then just keep on watching. I have everything in my basket here. I have a little bit of everything actually. The only thing that's not really in here is eyeshadow. I do try to do a lot of research on the products that I purchase, especially now because I have such a big collection that I really don't want to purchase anything if I can help it that is just not going to work out. I do have a mix of high-end as well as drugstore, so I'm just going to start grabbing. I'm going to try to keep them fairly in the same group, but you know, we're just going to dive right in. So the first thing sitting on top is something that I really wanted to work for me, and no matter what I tried, it just didn't work. This is the Beekman 1802 Milk Primer SPF 35 Sunscreen Primer. I purchased this from Ulta, guys. I really wanted this to work because it sounded like something that I would really enjoy for, particularly in the summertime, because it seemed like it was going to be on the more mattifying side, and the heat here is crazy during the summertime, so I had high hopes for this one. It comes with a nice heavy glass bottle, and that's where it kind of stops there for me. It's very liquidy. Like, can you hear that? It's super liquidy. It almost reminds me of like a high-end Milk of Magnesia. Do you guys remember that years ago when people were using that? I'm sure some people probably still do that for oily skin, which I did try it because it was very popular. It didn't stay with me long. It was just messy and also not great for your skin, but if that works for you, you know, keep on doing that. But I kind of thought this would be like a nice version of that. This just looks dry, cakey. I look aged. It didn't matter if I used a lot of product, a little bit of product, all over the face, just the T-zone. It didn't matter what foundation I used, if I used a sponge or a brush. I could not get this to work, and I don't know. I could have swore I heard good things. Well, actually, I've never heard anyone really talk about this, but when I found it on Ulta's site, I thought the reviews were pretty good. I don't know what they are now. I don't know. I might check into that and see, but no, I cannot recommend this. It just made me look horrible. I don't know. Moving on to another primer. This one's from CoverFX. This is their Gripping Plus Firming Primer. You all know I love the e.l.f. Dew Primer. That is one of my favorite primers. So since I love that one so much, and I also really like the milk one, anything grippy, I was like, let me try this. I did not like this. I will say it did not make my skin look nearly as bad as this did. It didn't look good. It looked worse than if I had no primer at all. I don't know. Part of me wants to retry this because it's been in the bad bin for a little while, but I don't know. I feel like I knew what I was talking about when I put it in here, because I don't like this. It's pretty much a full bottle too, which is like the worst part, because like, what am I supposed to do with this? You know? I don't know. It didn't help my foundation. It didn't look great on the skin. Moving on to another primer. This one is Dr. Brandt. Do you guys remember how popular this was years ago? I feel like a lot of people talked about this. I don't hear much about it anymore, but this is a Pores No More Pore Refiner Primer. Same deal, except this one kind of gathers weird on the skin, and then as I'm blending things out, it starts to like ball up into like little pieces. I can't even like explain it. Like, it's almost as if the primer is like beading, or I don't know, what is it? It's not flaky. If you know what that term is called, let me know. But this just didn't do that. It's supposed to minimize the look of pores. It didn't do that very well. And it's supposed to mattify shine. I think it does do that, but temporarily. I think because this is a dimethicone heavy primer, sometimes those can leave me more oily. It just didn't make my foundation last. It didn't really absorb oil. It definitely didn't keep me from getting oily. And again, it would just kind of like get piecey, and then I would end up with like little balls of primer under my foundation, and sometimes I had to remove my foundation in areas just to reapply a different primer, and it was just like, this is a hassle. So this one I did try to give a chance. It's down to about here. Yeah, I really wanted this to work out because I had heard such good things about it, but it just didn't work out for me. I have another product. This one is not a fail because she's empty, but I don't really know what it does. Like, it's supposed to be a primer. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. Mine has been in here so long that it's stuck like little white stuff in here. I'm gonna throw this away, but I wanted to show you. I don't know. It's one of those products that's kind of expensive, but it didn't really prolong my foundation. I didn't find that it really did much other than it kind of settled in the skin, but I could use my Fix Plus for that. So I tended to like it better when I really like doused my skin in it. I don't know. I don't really know what this does. And part of me feels like maybe it is priming, but then I also feel like it's a placebo. Like, I don't think it actually primes. I don't know, but there's some people who would swear by this. And I've had like several bottles of this, and then after a while I was kind of like, is this really priming? Like, I just didn't notice that my foundation would last any longer. So this isn't necessarily a fail. It's just a product that I don't know if I'd get this again, especially at full price. So maybe on a super sale I'd pick it up again because I did like it. It has a really nice sprayer on it also, but I don't know, kind of a fail, not really. It works, maybe, I'm not really sure. So the next product is a tool. This is a sponge. If you know me, you know I'm super into makeup brushes, makeup sponges, tools of any sort. I am all about them. So I want to try them all basically. This is from LA Girl, and I thought I heard good things about this. This is their Pro Sponge. It does come with a little stand, so you could put this. I think the sponge is just super duper hard. I do love the shape of it, that it's this more like beveled edge. Then you have your traditional pointy side. It's just too hard. It feels like I'm hitting my face with like a stress ball or something. Like, that's how it's very firm. It's just way too firm for me. And there are so many good ones on the market that are really affordable. Sonia Kashuk at Target has great sponges. I love those, and they are at a good price point. So that's one I would definitely skip on. The next product I have is a mascara. This one is from Lancome. I really actually liked this. The only problem I had with it is, one, she's pricey. It's a little expensive, but I really liked it. And how cute is this? Like, the top has a rose on the inside. Like, come on. But it flaked so bad on me. I don't know if anyone else has had that problem, but it flaked. I mean, not even just a little, a lot. So much so that I just stopped. And this was pretty much full. So it ended up going to waste. But I was just so sick of how much, like, just dark spots. I would have spots all over my face from this, and it would just ruin the look. So it was just a few. I probably would have been okay with that, but it was a lot. So unfortunately, I don't love this. But I liked this gooseneck wand here, like, so good. It really would get into the inner and outer quarter really well. I really like the kind of spiky bristles, but them flakes, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I really have to move this. I'm gonna keep hitting the basket. So this next product is a powder. I'm so into powders. I need to make sure my eyes are set, so I'm always looking for the next one, and if it's affordable, that's even better. But this one is from e.l.f. This is their Beauty Shield Antioxidant Armored Setting Powder. This is in the shade Sheer Golden. I really like the sifter here. It's a dial, so you could lock it so that you're not getting powder everywhere. I forgot to lock mine, so there's powder everywhere. I don't even know if it's gonna show. So I do not want to get this everywhere. This just clings to wherever I put it, and I don't understand it. It just won't distribute evenly, and I can't figure out like why that is. It also kind of darkened up a little, which was really weird. I don't know. It just kind of sits wherever I put it, and it just won't blend. Yeah, it's actually, was this the one? Because I have another powder and I can't remember if this one was the one that was fine. Yeah, it's very, like, it feels finely milled. It's very soft to the touch. I had high hopes. Good color. It's affordable. It's e.l.f. I like a lot of their products, but this, I didn't like this. I don't even know if they still make this, but I don't like this. It did nothing for my under eyes, and I thought, well, okay, maybe I can just kind of use it all over the face. Again, wherever I placed it is pretty much where it's sat, and it took too much work to blend it out. So I have several powders that I really love, and some of them are pretty affordable, so I just wasn't like, it wasn't worth the hassle for me. The next product is from Covergirl. This is their True Blends Mineral Loose Powder. I have it in 600 Banana. I don't know if I got a bad one. I ordered mine off of Amazon, and I can't imagine that this is the formula because it's so chunky, which is super weird. Unlike the e.l.f. one, which is pretty soft, this is a very textured powder. It kind of just, if you put it in between your fingers, it just clumps up. It's so weird, as opposed to the e.l.f. one. At least I can get it to pretty much disappear. But this just, I don't know. It makes me look really dry and really crepey under the eyes. I really wanted to like this because someone I really like recommended this, and so I don't know if I got a bad one from Amazon, and so part of me wants to go to the drugstore and buy it because I can't believe Covergirl would put this out, because it just seems like such a bad product, but it looks so beautiful under her eyes. I don't know, but I'm kind of like, I have a lot of other powders as it is, but I don't like this, and I don't love the component. Like, you could not travel with this, you know? It just comes right off, and I'm like, not that I would take a powder this size. I typically take either a mini or a pressed powder with me, so I wouldn't usually travel with this size anyway, but if you were, I mean, there's no way you wouldn't. By the time you got where you were going, you'd have powder everywhere. So yeah, the last few things that I have are all concealers, so I'm just gonna put them all together because the reason why I don't like them is all the same. This one's from Neutrogena. This is their Radiant Cream Concealer from the Healthy Skin line. I have it in the shade Toffee Medium 3. I also have the L'Oreal True Match Eye Cream and a Concealer. This is in W56 Medium. I have the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser in 144 Caramel, however you say it. I prefer very high coverage concealers, but you're kind of foregoing moisture. They tend to be drier. These are more hydrating, but you're not getting the coverage. I can definitely mix these in with something else, but I find that sometimes, depending on which one I mix it with, it messes them up and they just don't go well together. So I have to be really careful about which ones I mix them with. I think if you have drier skin or more mature skin, you'd probably really like these because the coverage isn't bad. It just isn't high enough for me. They're all different. This one's a doe foot, this one's a squeezy tube, and then this one's like a click up. You twist it. It has a sponge that comes with it, but I took mine off because it was just eating the product, and that's just, it's kind of nasty. I feel like it's just super unsanitary, so I took mine off so I can just place it right onto a brush and then put it on my under eyes. But I've used quite a bit. I mean, as you can see down to here, I tried to give this a shot, but I just didn't love it. I think they're probably great concealers. I just prefer higher coverage. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope that you enjoyed. If you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.